What we've learned is simple but profound. We're going to consume exponentially more silicon, exponentially more electricity, and exponentially more digital power. Why? Because that's how we break through. You don't invent the future by doing things the 20th century way. You don't even do it the 2021 way. In the words of chess grandmaster Magnus Carlsen, it's too weak, it's too slow. You have to be faster, smarter, stronger. That means leaning into AI, robotics, cloud infrastructure, and automation. It means building and deploying digital labor at scale, models that learn, adapt, and work 24/7. The world is moving toward monster AI models. Everyone's going to use them. One model can run a business, write your code, teach your kids, and optimize your logistics. AI will be the engine. Now combine that with another revolution, digital capital. And here's where Bitcoin comes in. Unlike everything else in this digital future, AI models, robots, services, Bitcoin is homogeneous. Every Bitcoin is the same. It's scarce, fungible, liquid, and indestructible in cyberspace. As AI increases productivity by 100 times, we're going to produce more of everything. More knowledge, more content, more tools, more services. But here's the paradox. If you're a company with insane new levels of profit, if you're an AI generating cash flows from automation, what do you do with all that capital? You can't park it in inflationary fiat. You can't trust broken banking systems. You need an asset that is borderless, non-dilutable, secure, recognized globally. That asset is Bitcoin.
What I think I've learned is we're going to consume exponentially more silicon and exponentially more electricity and digital power because that's the way you break through to the new idea and the new market. And you just can't go the 20th century way. You can't even do things the way we did it 3-4 years ago. In the words of Magnus Carlsen, it's too weak, it's too slow. You have to be faster and stronger and smarter.
The 21st century economic stack looks like this: digital labor, AI and automation, digital intelligence, LLMS machine learning, digital infrastructure, cloud chips, energy grids, and at the base of it all, digital capital, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the foundation because no matter how powerful your AI is, it still needs a store of value. It still needs a unit of digital truth, a currency that can't be corrupted, printed, or seized. Bitcoin doesn't degrade, it doesn't inflate. It just sits there, perfect, neutral, and global. As this productivity wave grows, Bitcoin will become the default destination for surplus capital. The AI will want to buy Bitcoin, the corporation will want to hold Bitcoin, the individual will want to protect their wealth in Bitcoin. This isn't about speculation anymore. It's about survival and sovereignty in the digital age. Fiat is dying. Real estate is clunky. Bonds are broken and gold can't move at the speed of light. Bitcoin is the final form of capital in a world run by software and silicon. The next economy will not run on oil. It won't run on paper money. It will run on data, energy, and digital trust. That's what Bitcoin is, the digital trust layer for everything else that's coming. So ask yourself, if the world is becoming faster, smarter, and more efficient, shouldn't your money do the same?
The digital labor and the digital intelligence, less heterogeneous. You know, there are going to be some monster models and everybody's going to use them. Digital capital, Bitcoin, homogeneous. You know, a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin, and what you're going to see is companies are going to create extraordinary products, extraordinary services. There's going to be a 100x increase in productivity. There's going to be a 100x increase in everything. We're going to produce more of everything in every way that everybody can imagine. And if you're a corporation, if you're a private actor, if you're a capitalist, what are you going to do with that capital? You're going to roll it into Bitcoin. The AIs are going to want to buy the Bitcoin. The companies are going to buy the Bitcoin. The demand is going to be for the most scarce, desirable, liquid, fungible capital asset. And so the explosion of productivity with digital property and digital intelligence and digital labor will create an explosion in demand for digital capital. And I think all of those are just mutually beneficial trends. And if you're a company, you just want to figure out how your shareholders benefit, how your customers benefit, how your employees benefit from this trend.
We're witnessing mutually reinforcing trends. AI automation, cloud everything. Bitcoin adoption. These aren't separate. They feed each other. AI creates surplus productivity. Bitcoin captures and stores that productivity as digital capital. If you're a business leader, an investor, or even just a smart individual, your question should be, how do I align myself and my organization with these forces? It's not about fighting the wave, it's about surfing it with leverage. Here's a new mental model for capital. 10x own Bitcoin, 100x use other people's money to buy Bitcoin, 1000x use other people's money, buy Bitcoin, and lever the Bitcoin. That's what smart corporations are doing. They issue bonds, preferred stock, debt instruments, then roll that capital into Bitcoin. Why? Because fiat is melting. Inflation, dilution, instability, these are termites in your balance sheet. But Bitcoin, it's scarce, liquid, incorruptible. It's not just a hedge, it's the foundation of next-gen finance.
What I say oftentimes is, yeah, you want to 10x your money, you buy Bitcoin. You want 100x your money, you buy Bitcoin with somebody else's money. You want 1,000x your money, you buy Bitcoin with someone else's money, and then you lever the Bitcoin. And so my advice is, think about innovative ways to build the most powerful capital structure in the world. And that'll be the subject of my talk later today, while you're thinking about ways to actually build the most compelling transformational products or services in this world. And if you can't do that, at the very least, make sure that you yourself are 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times smarter, faster, stronger. Or if you happen to be like me and you post pictures, make sure you're 1,000,000 times better looking and put yourself on the top of Mount Everest.
Build the most powerful capital structure in the world. That means using every tool available, equity, debt, AII, automation, and anchoring it all in digital capital. At the same time, ask yourself, am I creating something truly transformational? If you can't build the product, be the capital, be the smart money behind the future. Or at the very least, make sure you become 1,000 times faster, smarter, stronger. And if you're like me, just post pictures of yourself looking like $1,000,000 on top of Mount Everest. This is the age of digital leverage, digital labor, digital money, digital capital. Whether you're a business, a builder, or just a bold individual, Bitcoin is your base layer. So don't play small, stack smarter, think bigger. Leverage the system before it leverages you. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know. Are you building your capital structure for the next 100 years? Or still stuck in the last 10?